book, but the book goes into a lot of detail, and in many cases unnecessary detail, about how rivers move sediment, and in some cases, especially chapter 10, talking about different river profiles, different river shapes. So what I wanted to do is just really go over the basics of whether or not a river is going to deposit sediment or aggrade or erode sediment carried away, called degrade. And so I'm down here, lower Galloway Creek, and where I'm standing right now is kind of a long, flat surface, and on the map it stretches out quite a ways. In fact, you can kind of trace it back over towards campus and trace it down the power lines over that way. But Galloway Creek itself is about 20 feet below us, going towards the Red Cedar River. So something has happened to Galloway Creek over basically since the last ice age to make it, instead of saying on this surface here, this old floodplain, which we call a terrace, it has cut down into this old floodplain, leaving this terrace surface behind, and is now cutting a course lower in elevation. So it has degraded into the landscape, or eroded down into the landscape. And what I'm going to try to do is give you a little bit of a sense of what Galloway Creek is doing in terms of aggradation, degradation, or erosion and deposition, and follow it all the way down, and hopefully it'll help clarify a few of these ideas. It's really windy today, it's pretty cold, so hopefully the audio is all right, and let's go forward on our field trip. I don't know if you can see it, but there are two deer about 40 or 50 feet away from me, and notice hopefully that there's this other surface that also creates kind of this long flat plateau, and that is another river terrace. The river has eroded down several times. In fact, behind me, that hill there, that's the high school track, and the high school track is also on another even higher terrace surface. So we're looking at multiple episodes of degradation or erosion down into the landscape as we see the river cutting down. And I'm almost out of battery here, so I might have to put an Owen in. Alright, so here's one last little sort of pan around on this terrace surface that we've been walking across. So you can see over there, that is the lower football field for the Menomonie High School, and then there's the upper track and upper field over a little bit higher, and you can see that this whole elevation is pretty consistently flat, gently sloped towards the Red Cedar River, which is right down over there. You can just kind of make it out, and then if we turn around, the mouth of Galloway Creek is right over there. And looping around one more time, you can actually kind of see Galloway Creek glistening down in there a little bit. And so you can see that the Galloway Creek itself is probably about 30 to 40 feet below me. And so it has cut down from this level and degraded or eroded down into its floodplain by a good 30 or 40 feet at this location. Okay, my battery's giving me a warning, so I will pause, swap out a battery, and we'll hike down the terrace a little bit and see where we're at. Alright, I just wanted to pause. So we've come down the trail a little bit, and so you can see that terrace that we were standing on, which wasn't the highest one. The highest one is where the track was, up a little bit above there. But as we look down, we can see another terrace surface right there. Look around, you can kind of see it over there. I'm standing on pretty much that same surface there, but if we look around, you can see another lower terrace right there, and look around, you can see a couple more lower terrace surfaces above the river down along there. So this has been a very active and very complex, very dynamic sort of behavior for such a small stream, as it kind of cuts down, pauses for a little bit, erodes a nice floodplain, cuts down a little bit more, erodes another floodplain, leaving behind these sequence of terraces. And there you can see, there's the mouth of Galloway Creek flowing into the Red Cedar River. I realize with the wide angle lens, you know, it looks pretty small, pretty weird, but we'll get down there a little closer and take another look.